Hey there. Wake up. Wake up? What? Welcome. Welcome. What am I doing? Anyway, sorry. That started off weird. This is chapter 18 of World's Longest Suicide Note. And I'm Roger, I think. And I am suicidal at times, but I am not a mental health professional, practitioner, provider of any kind. And I'm not an expert of sharks. I have watched Jaws like 58 times, and it's one of my favorite movies. Other than that, and I could, do a lot of quotes from that. Y'all knew, oh, now I can't. Y'all know who I am and how I earn a living. Quint's the best. And that. So, anyway, that's a good segue into environment. I mean, no, it's not. It's not at all. What am I thinking? I don't know. It's been one of those days. The last time we talked, in the last chapter, I said we'd talk about environmental factors. Yeah, the environment impacts my mood. It impacts, especially when I'm suicidal. It feels almost proper when I'm in that mood for it to be gray and rainy. I always wanted my funeral to be on a rainy day. It's felt like that's what it should be. Yeah, I don't know. It just feels like, that the environment has a huge role. We've talked about me going on vacation in February because that's such a hard time environmentally. So, but I think everyone gets that there's a correlation between environment and depression, mental illness, suicidality. But really, I wanted to, as far as environment goes, I really would rather focus on the environment, not so much like the weather environment, but the environment, the socio-political environment. We're a very divided country right now. Super divided. And it's very discouraging to me. And it's discouraging because I just think that we, as a country, we are so much stronger when we're together, and when we're dealing with things together. I just feel like we are strong. We put human beings on the moon, for Pete's sake, and brought them back. I mean that, and at the time we were doing it with like massive computers that were less powerful than your phone, and they were doing math. They were doing math with their heads. They were like working out equations and saying, "Yeah, this should work," with like rockets and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. So I mean, I have this amazing amount of faith in humanity and what we can do when we're together, when we're focused together, with a common goal. So, I have the, I firmly believe it. It's like, hey, we can do anything we put our minds to when we have to. But at the same time, when we're divided, and we're not on the same page and we start acting like we hate each other, it's like we can't do anything. And that's the part just drives me crazy. It drives me crazy. I mean, I'm already there. What are you talking about driving me there? I'm already there. What are you talking about? Anyway, sorry. Drive me crazy. Yeah. So when we're going through, and I don't know if we've been through a time when we've been more divided, and I'm trying to, maybe when I was a kid and it was like the 80s. I mean, I don't even know about that. But it does, because, and it's not that we all got to get along, or Roger's not happy if we're not all getting along. It's just really, the thing that's so disturbing is where we're going to go. So yes, the environment that we live in has a huge impact on mental health and stability and wanting to, have a healthy outlook. And it's really hard when that's part's like sketchy, and I can't really tell if we're, if this is going to continue to be a viable situation. Meaning that it just feels like there's far less common ground than there used to be. And the thing is, there's not. That's the thing that's wrong about it. It's like, no, there's just as much common ground as there used to be. It's just that we're not looking for it. We don't really want to look for it. We would rather not. So the effort to find the common ground is what's missing. And more people are just refusing the search. It's like, I know what I need to know, and I know who is with me, and then who's against me, and that's what I need to know, I guess. Personally, I think that's dangerous. Because again, if we had to, we could send people to the moon. We have the technology, and now, I say the moon, but at this point, I don't want to send people back to the moon. We're starting to do that. The idea is, well, we're going to send people back to the moon again. There's no point. We did it. There's nothing on the moon that we need. And I could be wrong about that. There could be like something up there that's worth the effort to go back. But I was like, why would we go back to the moon? We've done it. We checked that box off. I don't know. Someone's got a hard on to go to the moon. So anyway, I digress. I don't know why I digress, but I just don't understand why we would go back to the moon and spend a lot of money to go back. Anyway, does it matter? No. But what matters is that we want to feel that we're together, and that when the time comes to form, that we're not fighting each other to get something done. And I don't feel that. I feel like we're heading down a dangerous path of discord and isolationism, and it doesn't feel good. So that environment that is created And it was created, I think, on purpose. I think that there's forces in play that are trying to divide people, and it just bothers me. So yes, it the environment 100% impacts uh, mental health, um, and I know that there's people struggling with mental health that are going. There's a big push now against the rights of people, and those that are worried about losing some of the um, status and acceptance that they have fought so hard for, just because they feel like, there's people who feel like they live an alternative lifestyle that isn't the way that that whatever higher purpose or higher power says this is how you're supposed to live your life. They live differently than that. And so the idea that someone could through their thought process, through their indoctrination into whatever, assume that they have the power to influence someone else's life and someone else's pursuit of happiness. And the fact of the matter is that it's happening. It's discouraging. At the the minimum, it's discouraging. I don't personally have, I'm dealing with enough with my mental illness. I don't have to deal with other issues, like gender identities, but I support somebody's 1000% support somebody's pursuit of their own happiness. And so I would never want, because I don't want someone saying I can't pursue my happiness and what makes me happy. And so I would never ever say someone can't do something because of something that they read in a book, or an idea that someone had that said X, Y, or Z is wrong. And that mentality is really starting to take hold, and it's dangerous. And it just makes everything else seem a little bit worse. There's a push now to limit, diversity, equity, inclusion. And, and to the point where things are being blamed on that. When something goes wrong, and so there's a real, and that bothers me, and it bothers me because people are going to take that seriously, and there's no way that it's true. It's just that's how it is, and so those things make it hard. The environment that we're in makes that more difficult because there's far less acceptance. And at the end of the day, we need more acceptance. We need more acceptance for what people are going through. We need more acceptance for the challenges that people are facing and overcoming. And we have to understand that we're there's the common ground is that we live in the same place. We share everything. We share the same resources. We share the same geography. So there's the things that we don't share is ideology, and the ideology is lessening other people's worth because they don't fit into what our mentality is saying, and that is absolutely insane. And that insanity, and the fact that it's not being called insanity, the fact that it's being embraced, makes it a very difficult environment to function in. And so yes, the environment is is hostile. And that does play a role, because when you're looking for something that to keep you alive, you need everything that you can get. And in a supportive, nurturing environment, accepting environment is critical. Uh, Finding those safe places that where people, they may not be in the same boat, but they understand that they're in their own boat. And we're all in our own boats, and we're watching out and making sure that everyone stays afloat. So it's not about we have to be the exact same. I I honestly would puke in my mouth if I had to spend time with people who are just like me. I mean, that'd be gross. Um, I want to be around different people. There's strength in that. Um, but I mean, in no way am I saying if you have somebody who is a diverse person, that they're going to be, but they don't. So if you have a pilot, 5 pilots, and you're trying to choose by which one is the most diverse one. I mean, I understand that there's a thing there, um, but it doesn't matter. The fact that you're going to say, oh, we're doing away with this just because it leads to mistakes happening. That's a cop out. So, I'm getting a little far afield here. Um, but yeah, environment plays a real factor. Did I say enough, or did I say too much? Maybe both. I don't know. Uh, but I do know that I'll be back, and we'll talk about something else. Yeah. In the meantime, I hope you fight hard. And I hope you have a great day. And I hope you'll join me next time. All right. Bye.